Okay, let's...
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah. Or maybe they're doing it as a sign, a warning to others, perhaps?
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Is that because of the force put on it?
No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
Possibly, but... Hmm.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals?
Let's be honest, buddy. You really don't want to know.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Something powerful.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Mm-hmm.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious danger. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in the plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. Following messages of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine, can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to combination will be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek word. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find a combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. Content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly in any event. I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection. More medicine knowledge. Sweet.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Probably.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder's sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion, hanging at the end of a heavy chain hundreds of years ago. The star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cutting that mention the misdemeanor. The date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Okay. Coincide in the Greek word, life and death.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Really? As I saw on the other horrors. Collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume was part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
The Key of Solomon. Book of Spells, supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon, contains various rituals, invocations, and rituals of curse. Rituals of invocation and curse. Got it. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises. Yes.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Isis Unveiled. Book of Esoteric Philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement. Written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and supernatural.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
You've read 4 of them now, buddy. Massa di Requiem per Shugai. Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Ceti Brodighera. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Great. That's definitely.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Whitebridge.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Aurea Linda, ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Essays on American folklore and urban legends, written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Corpus Hermeticum, written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated by Nathaniel M. Coppelius. Collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legend philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, popular text among the 16th century alchemists. That's one of them.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
2. Number 2.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Very well. Where is his... There it is.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, I get this one. Number 2 is chess.
The Queen has little protection.
There's 4, counting the Queen.
The Queen has little protection.
So number 2 is four.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
That one's quite obvious. 9. No, I don't remember what the clue was for this one.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Red drops. 1, 2. 1, 2, 5. 5. That is right? 549. 539. Yep, not counting the Queen. A beautiful book it is. Wrapping around me so as if it was made for me and me alone. Yeah, I'm back in the crazy place. I love being crazy.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Oh.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure
Sticky
you'll
rings.
find an explanation. You have to.
He's becoming an octopus.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man And the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat?
Yep.
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us, and I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Thanks, friend. Thank you. Wait a minute. I just realized. Let me see your face. No. You're not the one who drugged people.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
You have to fill these all by hand. Oh, you poor kid. Huh? Hmm?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. Let's hope I can go through the administration office. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Oh, I can't actually investigate Pierce.
The key to the boiler room is missing. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
A missing key.
Dr. Colden, do you want something?
No, I'm trying to find the head nurse.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie. I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
No worries. I'll wait.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
I think I do. If I can set up a problem.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Fair.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
To talk to Fuller.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedules.
Uomo delinquente. Pseudoscientific work by Cesar Lombroso. Correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an
She's alone in the
reader.
bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch doctor.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Barbiturates.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Next time the water's cut off, it's a real show.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
Old whaling station?
The one that hides the smuggling business.
Oh no, not them. They don't go on that side of the island. Everyone in his place. The captain on one side, Cat on the other, and me. Well, I've been to the whaling station, I have.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep a bit more.
Okay.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
File describes a state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends you take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. No. That is bad.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the key to the boiler room.
What for?
To put it in its place. Perhaps I should do the same with you.
I beg your pardon?
I suspect you of having a little too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right, Doctor. The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
I'll try and save as many of the ones as I can.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Dormitory. Medicine and Secret Sciences. Very interesting book aimed at a wide public. Demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of the century. Illustration.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Boiler. Where is the...
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Yeah, it's quite common practice, buddy. Even today.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Reference book of medical sciences. The dictionary, this work references the alphabetical order, all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of references authorities are listed.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Mm-hmm.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
And I do. I really want to get rid of Donovan.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
I've already done them.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
Block B.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking
What for?
to put it in its...
I beg...
I suspect, but be warned.
You are... The key is in the dormitory office.
Thank you.
I'll just sleep.
Dormitory office.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
But first, let's check block A just to be careful.
This place draws you in and never lets you go. Chronic insomnia. Like half the island. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Janitor? Hello, buddy. Nope. Now I need a tool, but where do I get it?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth. Thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm really sorry for what I'm gonna do.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
An old hag. I didn't make this up. What a pest. It's so unfair.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor.
Once again.
Can't you do...
Donovan...
So what exactly am I looking for? It's not like they're gonna just have a wrench just lying about somewhere.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Mm-hmm. And you'll find out no one likes you.
Doctor?
I'll tend to. Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah, I know I should go.
I will work until late.
Oh. All right.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here. I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
Where did my
Almost
fiancée
no
go?
patients here.
I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Where are the tools I'm missing? Over here actually might be where I could get something. No. Fire poker? No.
Dr. Colden?
I don't know where I'm finding an item for this.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
What tool? There's plenty here. There was something. Oh, oil. Grease it. Something like that, right? In the kitchen, I should be able to find that. Kitchen. Oh. No. Damn. That was gonna work there. Bathroom? Oh, a wrench. A monkey wrench.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Again, buddy, I am terribly sorry for what I'm gonna do.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
I'm sorry, buddy. Really sorry about this.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
Medicine mold, gold molded record.
Patient files. I was right.
I don't have time to put that in there, though.
I should go another way.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
Sarah?
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings.
What?
In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Morgue in the basement, you say?
Why is Ethan on medication? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
The shoe that's missing.
I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
This could be bad. Depending on what's done here. Real flame. So this place isn't running off the special fumes.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Crap.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
You will you?
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sure.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion.
Deal.
Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Great, back to the Institute. I love being crazy.